So this is my sound booth. This is where all the magic happens. The musty clothes on the floor that I should probably do laundry. I would say that's probably why Otis. I'd say that's probably why he doesn't want to come in and hang out. How you feel about the sound booth, Otis? Musty in there. I should probably do my laundry, huh? Huh? Yeah. I'll admittedly, my sound booth here isn't quite as professional as I would hope it to be. But I got a skylight. So there's trade-offs in life. Get a little natural light, some sunshine, and my sound booth also is a closet. This is not a concussion tapes the before part, but it is definitely a concussion tape.
Confusion.
So I've been thinking, why do I create? Why do I do this?
Confusion.
I know that there are an infinite amount of projections that you may have about why I do this. I don't care about those. Why do I do this? I'll admit, I've always been a writer. I always wrote. If I worked with you in my corporate wizard days, you couldn't wait for an email coming from me regaling some tale, some rant and adventure, and I always worked on the side stuff for fun, but there were always excuses. Plans. I need to save this much money so I can go to film school with no loans. I need this to happen before that so I can do this, and then maybe this will happen, and blah, 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 blah. About a year ago, I got back from an epic journey that culminated in Colombia, and I just wrote. I knew I had to write to be happy. Knew I had to create, and so I did, and at a frenetic pace too, with massive amounts of output. The momentum I had so long sought after was here, and it was finally all coming out of me, and countless short stories and scripts, but most of my focus was on a really hot novel about that epic journey that culminated in Colombia. A piece of my soul, and I was about 2/3 done on it when whack! Hit by a truck, all concussed, whiplashed, darkness, no one home. Sparing the many details, the last 6 months have been challenging, and the trauma and inability to live life in an even average functioning human body and brain makes life easily frustrating, but I'm beginning to function again. Don't get it twisted, though. 4 hours of work a day and I'm zapped. Used to be able to work 15 with no problem waking up and doing it again the next day, but I'm not here to complain. I'm here to discuss creation. I look at the car accident and I see distinct before time, and before, although I was creating at a pace I'd never seen before in my life, I didn't spend much time asking why I did it. I just knew what made me happy and I wanted it done. Sitting in the darkness this last 6 months, the foggy shadows of a concussed head, I move through mostly silence, and beyond all doctors' recommendations that I follow, I sit by the fire under the stars or out with the drum in nature, and I meditate. And I pray. What else can I really do with my time? Can't think for too long, can't read, can't work, computer screen hurts my head after a while, can't engage in long conversations, can't work out for too long, can't watch TV or play video games, so I ask questions that I was too busy to ask, let alone answer before. And then I sit there in the silence and I wait for an answer. So why do I create? It's not for money or for attention or even to make you laugh. Yes, of course I want to be paid at some point, but that isn't the root of this. I desire money, abundance to return to me as acknowledgement at some point for some work, but that isn't it at the core. And I like laughing. I like laughing with life. I like laughing with people. I like laughing at my own stories if I think they are funny, and I invite you all to laugh with me, and it feels good when you do, but it isn't really why I do this. It's a part of it. But I'm not an attention-deprived narcissist simply seeking people to gawk at me. However, I invite you all to laugh with me. I do it because I have to. It is in my soul. Even if it is something as small and seemingly trivial as the concussion tapes, it must be done because when I'm finished, it feels like a release. What do I mean by this? I once got hit by a car, and writing about it, my intention in telling that story is to release it. I do not want to deal with this head trauma any longer. And in those silent moments, in the meditation, in the prayer, it tells me to write it and release it. And perhaps this is the extra thing that moves my healing along. To me, it feels like full circle. To me, it feels like what I've been doing my whole life, except now I'm sharing it with whoever wants to watch. I'm putting it out there and being vulnerable, finally secure in the knowing that not creating is a much more miserable reality than dealing with the pangs of fear and anxiety about being vulnerable. I have deep respect for creation, whether it is music or art or film or gardening or some tech widget. I have reverence for creation. My human soul desires to honor creation with creation, so I create. And if you know me, you know I really don't create fiction. I create life. I create life to honor creation. This concussion has hampered my efforts to live life and create like I once did. So it is my intention that these concussion tapes will help release me from the trauma I suffered, so I keep at it. But why do I really do this? Somebody's gotta rescue the children. Live for 7 generations after you. I'm trying, I'm tuned in and trying, and what I do is for the children's children's children. It may not make sense even to me, but it is love that propels this. Conquering Savage is for the children. In the next month or so, I'll be releasing some short films and a book that were written before my concussion. I feel good about it, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity, but it's also been an arduous process, so I ask for all your prayers and your good juju and your support as I make my way through. And please, if you like the videos, share them. Everyone have a beautiful, beautiful day.